Hey, Converge collectors! Here we are again with a special pack. It's the Art of Gundam, just says SP of the G3 and the Rick Dum. Came out in 2015. Alright, so blurb about each. So some base, well, stats on the G3. Almost nothing on the Rick Dum, though. Yeah. So, I've spoken about the Rick Dum before. But anyways, the G3 I've never spoken about, I don't think. It's a variation of the RX-78-2, the famous Gundam that made Gundam what it is. And here's a little blurb. Test bed for magnet coating technology. Alrighty. In future, basically it seems like a predecessor, the prototype, to Muroray's RX-72, 782, which is kind of going backwards, right? So, I don't know what the deal is with that. Okay. So the paint scheme is for lower visibility. Let's look at some images from this website. Here we go. You can pause. I'm going to resituate the camera so we can see me putting these together. And so the gum from then, it actually looks okay, but I'm not going to chew on that. No. So these came with the old silly clear foot stands that block a lot of the view of their actual robot. So that's just weird to me. And they usually stand without them. So this G3, it has matte gray feet and standard nice details on the bottom. Then the body is a lighter matte gray, and the hands are back to the foot color gray, so darker. The hands can rotate. This fist can rotate, that grippy hand as well. So now this is what makes it special. It has white base printing and EFSF on the other shoulder. So that's the extra bit you're paying for. Nice colors in there, some gray there. The torso's blue. There's some gunmetal in the kneecaps and the neck. That's a little bent. You can dip this in hot water, it'll probably straighten itself out. Backpack looks okay. There's a recess there and there. Interesting. Standard molded details on the back of this guy. So going to the head, we have transparent yellowish, goldish kind of eyes. They're very deep. This purplish color is coming through on the bottom of the eyes and the chin, and then we have a red sensor up top. The little machine guns in the head are actually painted gunmetal, so that's nice. You usually don't get that. Oh, and you almost never get color in the back sensor, so that's nice to see that red metallic. This is a pretty long peg. Oh, but it's kind of loose. It's actually very loose. Well, actually now it's in there, so it actually has RX-78 molded in, so that's good. And you can rotate the head side to side with no obstruction, so that's nice. The shield, minor details on the back. And then we pack that in there. Unfortunately, the sight window is blanked off, but you do have more printing here and this matching colors here. Although this is the only yellow. There's no yellow anywhere else on here. Anyway, that's a nice shield, I guess. I like it. Then we have a standard RX-78 kind of weapon. And this one has a barrel recess. You don't get that in it all too often either. Not very often. It's just flat. Sadly, the gun and the hand are almost the same color. They might be slightly different, but I wish it was more obvious. Never noticed there's a charging handle, or maybe it's a bolt action or something. I don't know. Oh, you know what? Maybe that doesn't belong there. What it is, it's supposed to peg into the back. That's what that hole was in the back. Yeah, I'll just temporarily show it with the hand. So you can store this rifle back here if you want to. But, you know, I'd rather have it in the hand because otherwise you'll just see a gaping open hand. and this gun isn't taking up it's not blocking too much of the robot, so I guess I'm okay with that. Now what, I guess you can plug the shield into this hole. Yeah, alright, so you can plug the gun and the shield into the back, into that really plain looking Gundam, but then again you have this hole here. I'd rather have the hole in the back where I have less chance of seeing it. I like how the shield just kind of wraps around the shoulder there. Alright, so that's that one. So Rick here, but this is in Char's custom colors, basically meaning red. And bottom of the feet details here, nice. And use some additional thrusters in the skirt, some black on the knees, some venting here, and then we have the chassis number, MS09R. Nicely done. And Xeon logos molded in. This peggle is probably for the beam saber, some recess area for the thrusters, some ball like elbows, and this hand is this one. This one's molded in. So the extra printing, we have this triangle, the Xeon logo, and maybe that's like a Char logo, a yellow searchlight it looks like, and then a pink mono eye. Does this head come off? It doesn't seem like it wants. It seems like it's a separate piece, but it doesn't want to come off. I was wondering if you can move the mono eye. It looks like you'd be able to, but without ripping the head off, I don't know. No, I'm just going to leave it alone. It's painted pink. Alright, well, that's a nice variation on the normal Rick Dum. So the hand is molded into this mega bazooka, and it's nice that that's recessed to get it black there easily. And the hand is painted nicely. So that just rests on the shoulder. And then, sadly, you know, this is an oversight. I think it would have been good to have an open hand here, but it just kind of forced to store the beam saber back here. And it can store in the totally vertical position without touching the ground. And see? The figures stand. They don't need. Such a waste of plastic just getting thrown out by however many millions of people bought these things. I don't know if it's millions, but I expect they sell at least a few 100,000 of these Converge figures. So here's number 898 in Converge. It's the detailed up version of the RX-78-2. Alright. Then we have a Rick Dum's Way, which is number 241 in the Converge lineup. Going back to number 62, we have a Rick Dum, just the standard one. In fact, these are probably the same mold, but I added paint details to this one already, you know, the gold and stuff like that. So, but looking at the mold, I think, I don't know. It looks identical to me, but I haven't seen it go around enough. You can pause the video and decide for yourself. And then here's just a regular Dom, not a Rick Dom. So I really like this design. The eye, the mono eye moving in like a cross pattern or a plus sign. Alright, well that's enough for the comparisons. I swear I had a regular G-3, but I cannot find it in my collection. I have it in my Excel sheet saying I have it, but couldn't find it. So I might have to order one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next Converge video.